I feel like the playoffs are always from week one all the way through. You could say it's almost sudden death, I guess you could say that, but you always have to have the mindset to play everything like a championship game and train yourself to operate that way. If you're waiting to ratchet, to turn it up when it becomes life or death, I guess you could say, it's too late. So. We've got to continue the same approach with regards to mindset and training ourselves to approach every moment like a championship moment. But yeah, our backs are up against the wall, and we got to continue swinging.
The fact that Aaron has said about his potential comeback, that if the guys are still in the hunt, does that add an extra layer of motivation to this whole big picture?
It shouldn't. Like I said, if that's an external motivator. We should already be motivated to be our best, and that's what we're trying to train. And a lot of young guys on that offensive side of the ball who are head above water with regards to scheme. So they're, to help them focus on the things that actually make scheme and football come to life is our style of play. And so to answer your question, as an external motivator, those are usually good for a slight push, but it can't be how you live.
Going back to Garrett, after the game he sounded like exasperated, out of answers. Guys who like that have never lost much in their career, do you worry about, losing them in some regard in terms of like the frustration levels, or is that good to see that they're that frustrated?
It's good to show, because it shows that they care. It's a good question, but it's a tough pill to swallow for people when explained this way, but the result of the game can't affect how you operate day to day, because you could have the best game of your life, the best process of your life, the best game of your life, and you can still lose. You can have, in Garrett's world, he can run the greatest routes. He can be blocking his tail off and end up with a couple of targets and no catches, even though in his mind, like, he was running around and just so, there's things that you have no control over, and it can be frustrating, and that's why people get frustrated. It's not because they're not out there dominating what they got control over. It's because they're not able to gain control over the things that they don't, and that's where frustration comes in. And so you just got to understand that and stay focused on the things you got control over, and be satisfied with the fact that some days even your best isn't good enough. But if you put your best forward day in and day out, and you have great process, and you're dominating the things you've got control over, especially with a guy like Garrett, more often than not, he's gonna perform. He's gonna have the production of a number one receiver that we all know he is.
With this week's game, Falcons, the running game that they have, they've got three guys in the backfield that could, make plays. What are you looking at as far as going up against them?
Yeah, they're a talented bunch. O-line, it's year 3 of the scheme for them. They're in sync up front with how they operate. The 3 backs they have, they're all unique in their style also. That's what makes them pretty cool. Their first-round pick is dynamic. He's going to be special. But all 3 of them are unique, and they have a play style that's pretty cool. On the outside, you got the Pitts kid, you got Drake London, John, who does a great job. So they're really good all the way around. And I think Ritter, we had him at the Senior Bowl. I think he's a young, exciting quarterback. He's just got that bravado to him. Just remembering from the Senior Bowl, that's contagious. But it's a really good group, well-coached group, physical group, and it's going to be a challenge.